Welcome back into the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gessler. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the heck are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. It's Tuesday. It's finished my Guinness keg day, so I got to kill this. I thought I was going to have enough for Easter, but alas, my daughter and her friends decided to raid into my tap, and now I don't have enough for the brunch on Sunday. So I got to make sure it's an empty keg because I got to get a new one. Shame on her. She's paying half this keg, whether she likes it or not. She doesn't like to hear that, but that's too damn bad. But I also brought a beer out for a birthday toast to one of our loyal listeners, Mr. Ian Engel. Happy birthday, Mr. Fighting Fire Chief. A well-deserved happy birthday to you. You deserve better friends. That's for damn sure. The friends you hang around with are the friends I hang around with. A lot of bums. Speaking of bums, we have a new segment this week. It's called Bums and Men. It's going to be a weekly feature of the bum of the week and the man of the week when it retaining to the sports world. Otherwise I could say John Mayer is a bum every week because, we know that's pretty much truth. But enough of me. How are you?
I'm swell. So, yes, we do have a new segment that we'll be getting to a little bit right there. And yes, if you just knew how to spell right, yes, you are looking at two bums. Only if you knew how to spell right there, Uncle John. But hey, we'll save that for another day for you. So,
bum.
But yes, bums and men. We have a new segment we will introduce in a little bit. But we will start off with your man of the week. And we'll start off with the big sporting event of the week, even though I am not huge into it. That would be the Masters, where Rory McIlroy finally completed his career grand. What is it? How does it go in golf terms? Was it career grand champion?
Career grand slam. He won a major in each of the four categories, and he's
so I think he is the sixth man to do it, to complete the career grand slam. So a big congratulations to Rory McIlroy. And Phil, I know this. I kind of teased your guy there, but this would be, I believe, your man of the week.
Yes, correct. We can go right into it. The man of the week is Rory McIlroy. And I'm not a golf fan either. I don't know why I watched this because I never really watched. I mean, Tiger Woods to me ruined golf. Talk about an egomaniac, eccentric POS that ruined the sport. It is Tiger Woods. All about me. And he was always loaded up on roids. And that's a topic for another day. Today's about Rory McIlroy. He was down. He came up. He was down. He was back up. It was a battle. Him and Rose. They were having a nice little battle. DeChambeau was also involved in the with the finals. Nice going back and forth. Leaderboards flopping here and there. Rory finally gets a big lead, and then I think he bogeyed on 17. That opened the door for Rose. Rose, he's down one stroke. He's done for the day. So now it's up to Rory McIlroy on 18. Makes a beautiful drive. Makes a nice, what do you call it, with the divot? The wedge shot, but the wedge goes into the sand, went into the bunker. And we're like, oh no, what's going to happen? Makes this beautiful shot out of the sand. Looked like me. I mean, that's how good this shot was. Nice shot. It was about 15 feet from the cup. So, nice little putt. He wins his career grand slam. But he must have gripped that club too tight. The way John Mayer grabs a softball bat too tight and strikes out. And he rimmed the cup. Just like John Mayer rims cups all the time as well. So he ended up bogeying the hole and had to go to a one-hole playoff. And then Rory birdied the hole. Rose ended up parring it. And the emotion, the stress that came out, it was like, oh my God, you could really feel like the intensity of like, oh my God, like you could tell it meant so much to him. It was a nice moment. Yeah. And, I'm not all for nice moments. I like the other end when, people fail, but I was like, that was a really nice thing to do. He brought his wife, his daughter out. It was a nice little celebration. You could just see the stress relieving him. And for you, Rory, I salute you. Man of the week. Well done.
Yes, we are talking golf, Uncle John. Again, we don't both like it, but that was a major kind of sports news of the week.
We talk sports.
We talk everything here on the Personal Foul podcast. So it'd be shame on us if we did not talk Masters for a minute. And yes, it was a big relief for Rory. Probably one of the good guys of the sport.
Yes.
Does it the right way. But yeah, seeing the photos from Ken Griffey Jr., by the way, taking the photos at the Masters, which was pretty cool. You can see the emotion on Rory's face, and a big congratulations to him and Justin Rose. His wife actually. No, definitely not. Otherwise, I'd have a free golf tutor if that was the case.
How is the lovely Christina Rose doing?
She is fantastic. She's doing
any Bridezilla moments?
No. Why would she have any Bridezilla moments?
She's marrying you, for God's sakes. I mean, jeez. If anyone's going to have a Bridezilla moment, it's going to be her. No, she's got to spend the rest of her life with your dopey ass.
By the way, Layla Sitta drinking Guinness?
She has good taste like her father.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
She drank a little too much of it.
I don't know about good taste like her father. I don't know about that.
I'm all about taste.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that, Phil. But we also will talk a little football early before we get to the NBA playoff preview as the play-in and the tournament. I say tournament as in March Madness.
Yeah.
The playoffs start next week. Lakers Saturday night. And it's who do you think's it? Whose phone do you think it is, Uncle John? The only guy that's never prepared for this show, the guy that has the most terrible Wi-Fi during the show.
It's my work phone. It's my work phone. You think I'm going to run in there and answer it? No. I got no time for that. I'm doing my real job, my podcast. Right. Job. Work can go to hell right now.
Work can go to hell.
It's all about the fans. It's all about you.
Granado, kiss my ass. Someone got stuck in traffic. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not like a bum like Phil Sitta who works in his basement. Man's got to go out and build homes for
I'm
people,
a bum?
Mr. Granado.
Build homes. Insurance rate's going to go up. All the homes is going to collapse because you don't put the proper nails into the door frames.
I know. Oh, yeah. Frames, nails and door frames. That's the bulk of the house, Phil Sitta. God, this guy sucks. But the NFL draft next week.
Yes.
Talk a little bit of it because it's probably going to be the least. We'll talk about it till next week. NFL news. By the way, your Finns looking at making some deals here. Jalen Ramsey on the trade block. What is going on in Miami time before we talk draft?
Oh, I mean, really, what are you going to get from him? A 7th round pick? He makes $25 million. Leave him on the damn team. There's no sense getting rid of him. You're going to pay him. Or you're going to cut him and then pay him. I mean, no, there's no sense doing that. Leave him alone. Let him take care of the right side of the field. The Dolphins aren't going to do anything this year anyway. It doesn't matter. The team stinks. Who cares? Just leave him, pay him. You're not going to get anything from him. What? I mean, honestly, what would you get from him? A 5th round? That's as high as you're going to go for someone like him. He's old.
Correct.
And he's getting paid
a lot of money. Older and he's owed a lot of money. Correct. Yeah.
A 5th round pick to me is crap all, especially in this terrible draft. So no, let him stay there. He's better than any cornerback that they're going to draft. Leave him, see what happens. That's what I would do. That's why Chris Greer stinks. That's why I should be the general manager of the Miami Dolphins. I'd have 3 Super Bowls already.
I bet you would, Phil. God, that team would be like the Cleveland Browns. You'd be out here giving guaranteed contracts to the worst human beings possible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Genius.
Speaking of the Browns, we're talking about the draft. Did you hear about Travis Hunter here saying if he's not a two-way player, he's going to retire?
Yeah, when he's getting paid a lot of money and he's hurt because he's playing in the NFL, not in college, he'll get that reality check that he's not going to be playing. I guarantee a team will tease him on both sides. I guarantee it's going to be more DB, and then you'll throw him out there on offense, like a few snaps a game type of deal, like specific plays for him. He's going to get a reality check. He's not playing both ways in the NFL. He's gonna have to get the reality check, whether it's him getting hurt, which don't want to see injuries, of course not to a guy like talented like Travis Hunter, but it's not going to fly in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, you played in what was Colorado? Were they in the Big 12?
Big 12, yes.
Yeah, congratulations. You weren't even in the SEC. You weren't in the big, as Phil calls it, the Big 10. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You played in the Big 12, which had a lot of the teams leave the conference. So congratulations. You're going to get a reality check when you're playing against grown men in the NFL, getting hit, as a wideout, trying to make a tackle on a Derrick Henry type of player. Like, good luck. You're not going to play both sides of the ball. It's not going to happen. Especially if he goes to Cleveland. Like, you're playing in the North. There's a lot of beef in the North and a lot of running. So you're like a lot of run games. Like, have fun trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Like, it's just not going to fly playing both ways in a lot of snaps.
But there's two things I take out of this. One, he says he can retire. I'm sure he's made a pretty decent coin off the NIL money already. I mean, he's had to make over $1 million, don't you think? Somewhere around there?
Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't really it's not really going to do you a lot in today's society. We're talking a few years ago.
You don't have to bang your body up. I mean, who knows, what these college athletes are getting now. But and number two, I could totally see Cleveland drafting Hunter and then he retires because he won't play both ways. If it's going to happen to anybody, it's going to happen to the Cleveland Browns. Guaranteed this will happen.
It'd be great. But yes, so again, it's not an exciting draft. Cam Ward seems like he's going to be going number 1 to Tennessee. We'll find out next week.
Cam Ward and then a big pile of crapola.
Yeah, I was going to say Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, you're probably your top 3. Does Sanders fall, and how far does he fall if you think he falls out of the top 5?
Oh, he's falling out of the top 5. Is he going to fall out of the first round? That's the question. I mean, not too many teams need quarterbacks. That's the other thing. I mean, who really needs a quarterback in today's NFL? I know Pittsburgh does. That's why they're talking about drafting him there. Still no Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
It's quite lovely that my franchise is over here fighting for a 40-year-old quarterback who, if he hasn't decided he wants to play, he's already got 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door in retirement. So it's a lovely place to be at. So
yes,
whatever. That's What's that?
And he wants $40 million.
He can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. $40 million. Get the hell out of here. He's got one option, and that's it. It's either go Rod DePine, possibly in Minnesota because it's J.J. McCarthy's show now, or you play in Pittsburgh. It's very simple for Aaron Rodgers. So I'm not giving him a lot of money from the Steelers if he does want to play.
So let me ask you this as a Steeler fan. If you don't sign Rodgers and Sanders falls to 21, I think you draft there, right? 21?
Yes.
All right. Are you taking him there?
Yes.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Say, like, Gentry's there for some reason, and you need a running back as well.
Well, it's not Oh, God. I see why you and Rick are
running back from Boise State.
Yeah, Aston Genty. Yeah, I see why you and Rick are so close friends. You both cannot pronounce names for shit.
I'm a much better man than Rick Sognes. Rick Sognes sucks. That's why you don't work for him anymore.
Rick is a great man, so watch your mouth there, mister. But no, you cannot take another running back in the first round, especially they don't have a quarterback. Like, so you're not in a win now situation. So a running back helps you nowhere. Like, you have to have a quarterback in this league. So if Sanders is there at 21, I don't love him, but they're going to take him. Like 1,000,000%. They're going to take Sanders if he's there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they trade up and possibly get him if he does slide a little bit.
I will give you my first-round draft pick selections next week before the draft because I am the genius. We'll get into more of that next week.
We will indeed get more into it next week. Like I said, it's still early, and our show will still be before the draft next week. Yes. So a little early. We'll look more into it next week, but I had to talk it with the draft approaching. And now we'll take a look at the NBA playoffs. We are finalized. Before I do that, hold on. Before I do that, let me give a big shout out to one of our men in our NBA league this week or this year, and that would be Pat Boyle, who has now received a full-time hosting position on the Infinity Sports Network on the overnight. So a big congratulations to Pat Boyle on
Congrats to
the
Pat.
promotion. So in the new gig. So congratulations to Pat Boyle. Great man he is. So big congratulations to him.
Not as
And
great
yes,
as me. Yes, a great man.
well, sad to tell you, Phil, he is better than you. But hey, what can I say?
Hell do
So
you
we
know?
do have the start of the play-ins. Oh my gosh, it's tonight. Jeez, how big of a
Yes,
fan
it
I
starts
am.
tonight.
So you have
This is the
Atlanta,
round that nobody cares about.
you have Atlanta and the Magic and the Grizzlies and the Warriors. Wow, the Warriors didn't make it out of the play-in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Bums. Well, they were on a heater there right after they got Jimmy Butler. Like they went on like a win streak.
Yeah.
It was like, holy cow, this team's easily getting out of the
They're
play-in.
also beautiful.
And they fall into the play-in, and they're playing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. And then we have more action Wednesday with the Heat and the Bulls, and the Mavericks and the Kings, and then we'll wrap it up on Friday with the play-in to figure out the 8th seed in the tournament there.
The 8th seed, which I can't stand this format. It's so terrible.
The thing is, they've now taken away the trade deadline. It's kind of like they did it for the Lakers the last few years with the Lakers having a lot of guys hurt and just making the play-in. It's not good product. I get what they're doing. They want to make it more competitive. But at that rate, you're also killing off the regular season. I hope you realize that.
Destroy the regular season.
Yeah, you destroy the regular season and you destroy the trade deadlines. Like, I don't know what the NBA is doing with this whole play-in thing. It's just more wasted games.
I totally agree. If you want to make the NBA relevant again, go back to six playoff teams in each conference. You got 1 and 2, you get a first-round bye. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. The regular season will mean a hell of a lot more. It'll be a lot more intense. The playoffs will be a lot more intense. I think that's what the NBA should do. But they won't, because playoff money, with the TV and all this, that's what it comes down to. You'll never see it. But, if I'm running the NBA, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of these playoff teams. Nobody wants to see 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all trash. Outside of, all right, the Warriors, they're the anomaly this year. They're a 7 seed. But you know what? Maybe they'll start playing a little harder in the regular season and not resting all these players. That's the other thing. You won't see as much rest. To me, the NBA is a joke. The regular season, the worst out of the regular four, out of the four season. Jesus, the 4 sports. The NBA season means nothing because all these teams make it, and you get to rest all these players, and it's about who gets hot now in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely dumb. I wouldn't say 6. 6 is kind of wild. It should just be the 8. It should just be the 8 teams. The play-in's quite silly.
Or even 7.
Yeah, but then you're gonna, unless you're doing like the NBA or NFL style, and give like the 1 seed a bye.
Yeah, it's exactly what you do. Give the 1 a bye. 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. Just make the regular season interesting again. Nobody cares about the regular season anymore. Everyone makes the playoffs. That's the shame of it.
Well, you do that, and you kill the trade market because you got these teams like, you're going to possibly make the playoffs, and they're not going to trade players or cut guys when you had teams with the buyout market. Like, that's dead. You've lost the trade deadline, and you've lost You've lost the buyout market. So, yeah, it's very weird. So they'll have to fix that. Like, I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to make it more interesting and keep teams kind of more in it. But you're killing off like your other big parts of the season with the trade market and the buyout. Right. So because everyone thinks they have a shot, even though they legitimately do not. So, but yeah, that starts off.
Speaking of, yes, in a bum game, bums. But speaking of trade deadlines and playoffs, how about your boy Luka getting all emotional against the Mavericks, getting in the Lakers into the playoffs? I'm sure you wept a tear or two over that as well.
Oh, man, I love seeing Luka piss on Dallas and piss on Nico Harrison. Of course, I was going to mention before we transition to baseball with that news. Oh, Luka, what a shit show from Dallas. And then he doubles down and says he has no regrets on doing the deal. What an asshole.
Yeah, no regrets whatsoever.
Yeah, what an asshole. I was glad Luka. I felt bad for Luka.
I
Like,
hope
that was one
Dallas
of those-
somehow plays the Lakers in the playoffs. That would be great.
It won't happen. Dallas is going to get bounced in the play and won't even be an 8 seed, so won't even sniff Dallas making
I
it.
know.
But man, that was just fantastic watching Luka cook him, and I felt bad for him. And man, like I was saying to my buddies watching the game, that might be the only time ever you see a guy return to his former team and like cheer him every single possession like they did. I don't think you'll ever see that ever again. It was the craziest thing. Even the announcer said it during the game. Like
Yeah.
Mike Breen was like, "This is so odd." Especially in that sport where like guys leave franchises, flipping the bird, even like long franchises like the Thunder where you had KD and Russ and they both left you high and dry. LeBron leaving Cleveland, shoving it up their ass, going to Miami to go get his rings and then go back. Like you look at the sport of basketball, these guys leave and it's a player controlled league where this is the first time I think, and you might see it ever, a star player like a guy like Luka pretty much not having any control and getting blindsided in a deal. So good for the Dallas Maverick fans booing the shit out of Nico Harrison and firing Nico chants and cheering Luka. Pretty cool to watch. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever see anything like that again, where every possession they're cheering the guy when they need to win to get into the play-in. Crazy to watch. So definitely happy as hell.
It was a passionate game. And that's what the NBA is missing, stuff like that. But that's what happens when you have 10 teams in each conference making the playoffs.
That's right, Phil Soto. So, well, now we'll transition ourselves to the MLB. I know
Before baseball, real quick, a little hockey. Islanders, Flyers, Rangers, disgraceful seasons. Devils, you're going to get swept by Carolina. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will also have my NHL playoffs preview for you next week as well. Now we go to baseball.
Regular season is finishing this week for some pucks, so we will definitely get into that as well with big playoffs and draft. Next week's show should be a fun one with NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs in the draft next week.
And if Dallas plays Colorado, which is the way it's looking right now, that's going to be a hell of a series. I may watch every one of those games. That's going to be a great 7-game series, without a doubt. But we'll talk more about that next week.
No, there will not be a WrestleMania segment, Tyler Granada. You can kiss my ass.
You have a little WrestleMania here on my notes.
Do you? Oh, my God. No one cares about that garbage. Kiss my ass, Tyler Granado. And now, again, part of our new segment, the bums and the men. I think it's time for Phil's bum of the week with his usual Yankees rant of the week.
Yes,
Phil,
without a doubt.
The floor is yours.
The bum of the week is Aaron Boone. And it just happened last night. I mean, Aaron Boone has done a million stupid things, which I've talked about in great lengths. Last night, a regular season game against the lowly Kansas City Royals that nobody gives a damn about. You have Jason Dominguez. Apparently, he's having a hard time in left field. Why he's even playing left field, I don't know, because he's been groomed his entire career to play center field. I mean, he was the next coming of Carlos Beltran. So Boone decides to move him to left field instead of putting Bellinger in left field where Bellinger belongs. No, he leaves Dominguez in left field. Why? I don't know. The reporters don't ask. It infuriates the hell out of me. So Dominguez is in left field last night. He made, I think, 3 great plays, especially the play off of Sal Perez. Made an incredible acrobatic catch. So what happens in the 7th? Now, Bellinger did not play the game because he's got a sore back. You figure, all right, it's Kansas City. They're up 4-1. You know, we don't need him tonight. No, not Aaron Boone. Not Aaron Boone. It's a little chill in the air. No, let's bring in Corey Bellinger with his stiff back and all. He needs to go in for a defensive replacement. And then let's get him a swing or two with the bat. I mean, what are you doing, Aaron Boone? What, guys, this is not the 7th game of the World Series or the first game of the World Series that you messed up on last year. And then let's go into the pitching aspect. Carlos Carrasco was our starting pitcher last night. Yes, 38-year-old bum who pitched well. Why? Because we're playing the crapola Kansas City Royals. Nobody cares. He's 78 pitches, fifth inning. He completes 5. We're in the middle of a 13-game stretch here with no off days. So what does he do? He decides to use the bullpen for 4 innings. I can't make this shit up. I mean, what are you doing, Aaron Boone? The pen's going to be shot by August, and he's going to be like, oh, I don't know why. I did this, I did that, blah, blah, blah. I read the analytics. I read my book. I read my notes. I did this. I don't know that. No, you suck. That's the damn problem. Let Carrasco play. What are you saving him for? A start in 2028? Nobody cares. He's going to be done by then. Let these old-time pitchers pitch. In fact, let the starting pitchers pitch. The obscene amount of money these starting pitchers make to pitch 5 innings is absolutely ludicrous. I would treat pitchers like running backs. The running backs, you hand the ball off, they get beat up, they're done after 5 years. The NFL doesn't pay them. If I'm a GM, I'm letting these pitchers throw 170, 200 innings. I don't care. Let them build up their stats and then let them go. The poster boy of this is Barry Zito. It was about 15 years ago. He snapped that curveball so much for the Oakland A's. Then he signs a $150 million deal for the San Francisco Giants. And what happened? He had an arm that was more noodly than John Mayer on a softball Sunday who couldn't reach home plate. That's what happened to Barry Zito. I would never pay big money to these pitchers. Never, ever, ever. To me, it's too big of a precious commodity. I would spend my money in hitting. I would just try to find fireballers. And if they get hurt, so be it. Move on. There's so many pitchers in baseball, in the major leagues. And I got to hear, oh, it takes so much time to develop. No, it doesn't take that much time to develop. It takes a couple of years. If they can throw strikes, you put them in. If they walk the whole damn ballpark, then you get them out. It's that simple. I don't understand the intense logic of a major league pitcher. Throw the ball over the plate. If they hit it out, they hit it out. Don't walk anybody. All right, some guys stink once in a while. Some guys don't have it, like Tanner Houck last night. 10 earned runs. How about that, Will Solis? You stink, Will Solis. But the bottom line is this. I would not pay pitchers this kind of money. I would have had Carrasco pitch at least one more inning last night. At least one more inning. I don't understand. He got 5. That's it. He can't see the lineup for the 3rd time. All right, if he gets a couple guys on, get him out. It's the Royals. They stink. Everybody stinks on Kansas City outside of Bobby Witt. The team is terrible. There was absolutely no reason to take him out after 78 pitches. And let's recall what Boone did last year in Game 1 when he pulled Cole out of, 56 pitches? 56 pitches. You know why? Because he had to save him for a start this year. And what happened? He blew his elbow out anyway. That's why you don't save these pitchers. Absolutely disgraceful. Aaron Boone, you are my bum of the week. Bum!
Thank you, Phil. Brought a lot to the table there with that information.
I did. Oh, do you agree with me about pitching?
Yeah, no.
You would rather pay these pitchers $30 million a year only to have their elbows snap?
No, I think baseball money is ridiculous. There's only a few players I'd give the monster contracts to. That would be Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and that would do what these teams are doing. Pay these kids early. You should know. You've seen enough ball from these kids down the minors.
But why are we saving Carlos Carrasco? Why couldn't he go another inning? He was mowing
correct. I agree. I don't disagree with you on that. It's analytics. It's taking over the game.
Really,
it's not. There's no feel to the game anymore like there used to be, where it's like, okay, or having like a reality check. Oh yeah, we're gonna have 12 straight days here where I'm gonna be having to go to the pen at some point, and if there's a game where I need to use the pen more, I'm fudged for the next few days. Where okay, let him pitch, see what he gives you, and go from there. And instead, you pull him. Trust me.
Especially nobody pitches complete games anymore. I mean, Michael King, the rarity of the other night, only because it was a shutout. Otherwise, I'm sure San Diego would have pulled him as well. It's like, we got to save him for the next start. We got to save him for next year. We got to save him for 5 years from now. What the hell for? Play for now. It's about winning right now. I can't stand the concept of this. It really irritates the hell out of me.
I see that it does. So again, thank you for our new segment of the week, Men and Bums. So
Bums.
Bum Aaron Boone in the Man of the Week, the man with now the career Grand Slam, Rory McIlroy. So congratulations to those fellas on their awards for this week, and we'll look forward to next week with the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and the NFL draft. And Phil still has one more thing to go. So what do you got, Phil? So we can wrap
And
this
loyal
up.
fans, if you want to, if you want to submit your bum and the men for the week, you can email us here at the YouTube, or you can put it on Facebook. I'm sure Colton will put the link up for us. I would love to hear what the fans think, who the bum and the man is for the week. That would be very interesting. And yes, Tyler, John Cena is going to lose at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is going to win, and CM Punk is going to lose too. CM Punk stinks. You stink, Tyler. Had to get a little WrestleMania in. We'll go over that next week as well.
We will not be going over WrestleMania next week. So again, appreciate everyone for tuning in. Wrestling blows balls. So does Phil, and we'll be back again next week. Thank you all for tuning in.